Welcome to my unboxing of the Mavic Air 2 Fly More combo. The Mavic Air 2 is DJI's latest drone and it's available in two particular packages. The standard Mavic Air 2 and the enhanced box of the Mavic Air 2 Fly More combo. I'll discuss a little bit more about the difference between the two later in the video. First of all, I'd just like to give a shout out to HeliGuy, who I bought this drone from. I looked around at the prices and the service, and HeliGuy came up with really good reviews for customer service, and they proved themselves when I went through the purchase. These are in quite limited stock at the moment, and a bit of backwards and forwards between me and HeliGuy just to sort out when they were getting one in and how I could purchase one. Brilliant customer service. But then I paid for this myself, but that is just a recommendation to HeliGuy and a bit of a shout out to them. So what we're going to go through in this video is going to go through the boxing, have a look what's inside, have a go through the contents, have a little bit of chat about them, and then I'm also going to go through the differences between what you get in the Fly More combo and talk a little bit more about this. And we'll get started then. This is the box that arrives on delivery, has everything inside it. All I've done since I got it is remove the shrink wrapping and take off two little stickers at the bottom that were sort of sealing the lid up, some kind of like security seal or safety seal on that one. But that does allow me just to lift the lid up. A little bit of resistance, but not too bad. And then that comes off like that. I'll have a quick look at the box lid for you. And put that one to one side for now. And inside, everything is then seems to be inside the bag here, which is part of the Fly More. There's a little box at the bottom here. Take that out first and have a quick look inside. That looks like cables and manuals on that one, maybe. Oh, yep. So, and also spare propellers. We'll have a look at those. I'll just put those to one side for a moment. A little bit at the back there, just move the packaging out the way. So that leaves us with the main bag in there. If I lift that up, have a look at the strap in the bag. The rest of the box is then empty. Again, just move that out the way, leaving us with the bag. A little bit of wrapping just to keep the strapping down. I'll leave that one there, and a DJI label with a little bit of information about the bag in there as well. Let's give it a quick zip open. Okay, so that's a little side pocket in there. So this looks like the main zips here. Around. That's what we get. That bag doesn't open as much as I was expecting it to. There's a little bit of it. There we go. Okay, and we open up from there, and you see everything is still individually wrapped inside. Got an accessories box. Put that to one side. What we do is we move the bag out of the way. With a controller in there, charging hub, the actual drone itself, and it is amazing how actually tiny it is when you actually hold it in your hand. And have a look at that. Inside the bag there is like a little foam insert, and that is to help keep the drone stable. So that just drops back in there and you leave it in, and that just helps keep the drone steady when we're moving along. And inside here there's like a cable box there, batteries in there, adapter, another cable, and spare thumbs for the controller. We'll have a look at those as well. We'll open up each of those in turn. That seems to cover everything. And in the little side pocket there, can't see anything in there. So again, just like the main box, we'll move the bag out the way for now. And we'll start having a look at the individual components. And put the drone there for now. We're not going to focus too much on the drone in this video, because that's going to come up in a setup video where I talk a little bit more about the drone controls and what it all does and things like that. What we have then is a set of propellers. Just open one. I'll open one of these bags for now and have a look at the other one a bit later on maybe. The propellers inside there. And have a look at one of the sets of propellers in there. So one set of propellers in there. Again, during the setup video I'll talk a little bit more about the propellers and cover them as we go through this video a bit more. It's important to note that what there is there is a difference between the two types of propellers, and they have a ring. Some have a ring on the bottom and others don't, and that's to do with how you install them onto the drone, but we'll come back to that one as well. So there are 6 propellers in that bag, and then we have another bag as well. And actually, if we look on the bag for the propellers, the first bag I opened was A marked, and they're the ones with the ring marking on the top there. This one is B unmarked, so this won't have the marking on, and that'll match where they go on the drone. And you can see on there no silver marking on that one. And in that bag there were another 6 propellers, and 6 on that one. We also got a quick start guide, an accessory user guide, and an in the box guide. We get a USB-C cable that is for charging and connecting the controller, and also for downloading content from the drone. In this little package here we get a power bank adapter for the battery, so this goes on to the batteries for the drone and allows you to plug in USB power devices to charge them or power them. It's quite useful as well if you wanted to drain the battery a little bit, or if you're going to do multiple flights and you want to bring the drone back safely while you've still got some battery power, but you then can use that to power your phone or charge the controller and just drain the battery off and keep everything going for a little bit longer. In this package are spare sticks, little thumbsticks. These are 2 spare ones. The controller comes with 2 already. I'll show you where those are when we get to the controller. This has a little box inside of it. That's a little DJI box, and this is the ND filters, which are useful for helping you manage the exposure in bright sun, sunlight. I'll maybe cover the ND filters in another video. Some more cables inside here. These are cables to connect the controller to your phone, and what we have is micro USB and USB-C. mainly for Android devices. Some of the newer iPad devices use USB-C, so it also can be used if you want to plug an iPad into your device, into your drone. This is the charging hub. Allows you to charge, or actually allows you to place 3 batteries in for charge, and it'll charge them up 1, 2, 3. As each one gets charged, it'll move on to the next one. That one. The controller. Actually, trying to decide. Controller's not that much different weight to the drone on there. It's a fairly hefty weight in there. It does have a large battery, got a good operating life cycle. The manual seems to imply about 6 hours of operating, and you can also charge your phone from it as well. Main controller there. Mentioning earlier, so these are the thumbsticks for the controller. They pop out and go onto here. Again, during the setup video, we'll take a look at those. And what you have here is your antenna and also your phone holder. And inside the phone here is a lightning cable to connect your controller to a Apple device with a lightning cable adapter on it. Compressors up fairly neat. Good grips. Feels really good in the hand and doesn't feel like something that's you're not going to have good control of the drone over in your hand. Last box then. Quite a heavy one, this one, and that's mainly because it's the power related things. So there is a UK adapter for the power brick. There is the power brick itself. Got a proprietary sort of DJI adapter on there. Might discuss that a little bit when we talk about the batteries. And then we have 2 batteries, one little foam separator and 2 batteries on there. And then there is a 3rd battery already in the drone as well, so you get 3 batteries. And if you're watching this video and you haven't ordered the Fly More kit, as I mentioned earlier, I will be covering the difference between them, because you may be thinking, where are my 3 batteries? And it is one of the big differences, and one of the things that does make that Fly More kit a little bit more valuable on that one. So that is the contents. What I need to do is see if I can figure out somewhere to put the bag. I drop that at the back and just move things a little bit tidier forward, make sure you can see everything. Just do it like that. Those down the side there. That's not too bad, you can see everything there. Bag, drone, controller, extra batteries, power brick, ND filters, multi-hub charger for the batteries, power bank adapter, 12 propellers, USB connection cable, extra connectors for mainly Android devices for your controller. What I'll do now is I'll just move everything to one side, and then we'll have a conversation about some of the bits and also the differences between the standard Mavic Air 2 pack and the Fly More combo pack. Let's have a look at the difference between the standard DJI Mavic Air 2 pack you can get and what you get with the Fly More bundle. So obviously you get the drone and the manuals. I mean, if you bought the kit for the manuals, probably a bit of a mistake there. And I'll talk a little bit about the main manual as we go through the setup video. You get the controller, and the controller comes with one set of the joystick thumbs included inside it. And you get a spare set of those thumbs. They do look a little bit fiddly, and they probably are a little bit easier to lose than if they were permanently attached, but it does also mean the controller packs much flatter and fits into the case better as part of that. You get the power brick and a UK plug adapter. You get one battery. That battery is fitted inside the drone here. You get connection cables, so one for charging the controller and also for taking media off of the drone. Two cables for connecting the controller to your phone, plus a third one, as I showed earlier, just inside the little slot inside the controller there. And that should connect to any smartphone capable of running the DJI Fly app. And then the final thing you get is 3 pairs of propellers, and as I say, you get 3 each with the silver markings on, and 3 each without the silver markings on. So obviously you're going to use 4 of those propellers on the drone, and 2 there gives you a spare set as part of that. So that's a basic DJI kit. That retails for $769, and still a good price. The drones has really good reviews, and we'll go through again setup and some demos and show you some clips from what it's capable of. But for $949 you get the Fly More combo pack. But what do you get in that? So that's an extra £180. What does that buy you? So the first thing it gets you is an extra 6 propellers. So we get 3 each of the different types again. So that gives you 4 swaps now, 4 that go on, and the extra spare on that one as well. Really useful that. My understanding from drones, I've been around, this is my first drone, one of the most likely things is propeller damage, and you do not want to be flying with a damaged propeller, so having more spares of that is useful. I will also go through the pricing difference of all of those, but I'm just doing the contents for now. Next thing you get are 2 additional batteries. These are intelligent fly batteries. They're intelligent because they have microcircuitry built into them. So they've got things like preventing the battery from overheating or overcharging, so you can just put them on charge, leave them to charge, and they'll automatically turn off charging when they're fully charged. Interesting thing in there, which is a problem that was originally had with the type of batteries in here, that if you leave them fully charged and don't use them for a while, they have a tendency to swell a little bit, some kind of heat build up in the chemicals in there. So what these batteries actually do is, if they're not used for hours or days, they slowly start a discharge cycle, so that after about 3 days they're no longer 100% charged. That is supposed to stop them from swelling and give them longer lifetime. But that explains why it's not just something that looks like a battery in there. There's lots of microcircuitry in there. So yeah, 3 in total there, so 2 extra. Great, lots of extra flight time in that. You're not worrying about going out, having to wait for your battery to charge and getting your drone out again. Quick swap of the battery, off you go again. If you've got some capabilities for remote charging, you can also charge one of the batteries while you're flying and keep going on that one. By default they charge by mains, but you can get a car charger. So going along with the batteries, you get a charging hub. So that plugs into the charging brick, but then allows you to plug 3 batteries into that and charge 3 batteries. It charges them in sequence, so it doesn't charge all 3 together. It charges one, waits until it's charged, and then moves on to the next one. But that's still really good. You get home from flying your drones for the day, just drop the batteries in when you get back, let them charge, and again, based on the intelligent flight battery, sorts out the charging, stops it off, and if you're not going out again for a few days, it'll discharge them enough to stop the issue with the swelling. Does mean though, if you know you are going out tomorrow, today, you're going to need to give them a little bit of a boost charge before you actually go out to get them fully charged. Next thing is this little device here. This plugs into the battery, clicks on like that, and what that does is give you a USB charging capability, so you can plug your USB devices in and give them a charge. Most people carry power banks with them now, so maybe not so useful, but if you're flying your batteries down to about 15-20%, which is advisable, don't run them much lower than that because you've got to get your drone back to you safely, it's actually quite good to plug in there. You can plug that into the controller, give the controller a little bit of a boost, or your phone, and just drain the battery a little bit more. You might as well use what's left in that. The battery you won't be using until you charge it back up again, so move on with that. You get the ND filters. You get a 16, 64 and 256 ND filters, and they're designed to improve your photography and your videos in bright sunlight. They help you change your exposure brackets and keep the sun from affecting your entire shot, especially if you're flying into suns. Not an expert photographer, been reading up about what they can do and how they can use them. I am going to give them a try. And the final thing you get is a DJI Mavic bag. Everything fits inside that, as you saw during the unboxing, and it'll all go back in there as well when we're done. So I said the difference is about £180 if you're buying one versus the other. Question is it worth it? So let's have a conversation about some of the bits you get. The flat batteries, and these are all off the DJI store manufactured recommended prices. At the moment it's almost impossible to get discounts on the Mavic Air 2 and any of the components, so this is good advice at the moment. So these £105 each, so already you've got £210 just in the batteries. And if there's one thing you are going to buy for a drone, if you're going to make use of it a lot, it's more batteries. So almost there, straight away there, you're getting some good value from that. The propellers, they're £9 a pair, and we got 3 extra pairs, so that's £18 in there for those. Then ND filters, they're £55. The battery charging hub is £49. The battery to power bank adapter, £19, and the shoulder bag is £69. So all of this, if bought separately, so if you bought the DJI Mavic Air 2 base set and then bought these components separately, would get you a retail price of £1,198. So that's an extra £429 on top of the base price of the drone itself. It's £249 on top of the price of the Fly More combo pack. So you could say the Fly More combo you £249 if you're going to buy these yourself. Now I suspect you'd look at these components if you're looking at buying them yourself and probably not buy all of them. So you probably wouldn't buy the bag. It's a nice bag, everything fits nicely, but you would probably use a backpack or another bag that you had available on that one. Probably wouldn't go with the power bank charger. You just use an existing power bank you've got, or find another one there, especially because it's dependent on you still having charge in your batteries, so maybe not so useful on that one. You maybe would only get one spare set of propellers because you'd wait until you'd use those and then buy another pack. So based on the fact you've got 3 in there and the £9 each, which is actually £27, not £18 maths earlier, you'd save £18, so that just cost you £9. You'd maybe get the filters, especially if you're trying to get some good quality footage at any time of the day, either video or photography. You'd maybe get those. You'd also look at another set they've got in there that maybe give you different ranges. These are quite high range filters on there. You can get some lower range ones, and also there are alternative providers of the filters as well. But let's say you're going to get those. So that is the battery charging hub, you definitely want that if you've got spare batteries. The ND filters, 2 batteries, 1 spare set of propellers, and just add that on top of it. So that actually gives you a manufactured retail price of $1,092, which on top of the main drone price of $769 is an extra £323. And we've already said the Fly More pack is £180 more than the base one. So actually you're saving some money there already, and you're saving £143 by buying the Fly More pack. And realistically, at the batteries at £105 each, 210, everything else is included in the price at that point. You get the value just from the 2 batteries. So I can highly recommend the Fly More pack. Definitely something you should look at. Of course, you need to have the funds to get it. If you can only scrape up to the base pack, then fair enough. It looks like a brilliant drone. I'm really looking forward to getting this set up, getting it flying and demonstrating it to everyone. But that's the difference in the pricing. The second thing I bought were the Propeller Guards. It's my first drone. A little bit nervous about damage to it, and the Propeller Guards were about £15 and seemed to make sense for me. Not intending to do lots of indoor flying, but for my first few flights I may have them attached. So let's have a look inside that. So as with the drone unboxing earlier, the only thing I've done is taken off a little bit of a sticker here that was sealing the box up. On the back we have a little bit of a description and a picture of the drone. Let's have a look inside them. I suppose it's safety based equipment, so the fact that you don't have lots of packaging in there makes a little bit of sense. We'll take those out. There's one extra thing in there, and we'll just put the box to one side. It's a little bit of a leaflet with fitting instructions in there, plus multiple languages. It looks like probably just 1 or 2 pages are required. And then we've got the 2 parts inside here. Let's pull those apart. The clip on. Again, I'll cover that in the setup video. But basically you get a front and a rear, and if I'm right from reading the manuals, there are some letters on here somewhere, diagrams to show you how they fit, but we'll go through that when we're ready. But that is what you get inside the Propeller Guards for the DJI Mavic Air 2 drone. That's my unboxing. This is everything you can see that was in the Fly More pack. I will be producing a video showing you how to set up the drone, get it flying, get it downloaded, connected to your phone, things like that. And obviously I will be showing you some flying footage and some video footage. We are in the UK, so it is a little bit weather dependent on that. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, add any comments in there. Happy to try and answer any questions I can on that one. But as I said, really looking forward to getting this out and seeing how it goes for everybody.